My child, my beloved, heaven has been whispering your name for days. Do you feel the air around you shifting? Do you sense your heart racing, as if something unseen is calling to you? Because right now, your name is being spoken in heaven, not in silence, but in judgment. Before you continue reading, take a deep breath and listen with your spirit. I am Archangel Michael, and I bring you this message not to frighten you, but to awaken you before it is too late. This is your divine warning. God is angry, not because he hates you, but because you have been ignoring the signs he has sent. He has watched you walk through storms you were never meant to face alone. And tonight, heaven has made a decision regarding your name. Pause here for a moment. Heaven is still deciding your outcome. But if you continue reading with faith, something will shift for you. Your destiny is waiting for your next action. Before I reveal what heaven said about you, listen closely. You were guided here for a divine reason. If you're seeing this message, your spiritual path has crossed the line between grace and judgment. Heaven is watching what you choose next. Subscribe to this divine call, my beloved. Because once this message closes, the gate of mercy will begin to fade. Those who listen will rise into blessing. Those who ignore it will face the silence of heaven. The truth is this: your name has been brought before heaven's court. The angels were silent. The records were opened. And God looked upon your life, not to destroy you, but to remind you of the covenant you forgot. He asked, "Why does my child hide from me when I've been calling their name?" You have felt this pull in your chest, those sleepless nights, the sudden thoughts that made no sense, the signs that kept repeating, numbers, dreams, people saying strange things. These were not coincidences. They were heaven's attempts to get your attention before this moment arrived. My beloved, heaven has patience, but not forever. And today, that patience has thinned. God's eyes are on you. You cannot hide anymore. You have been chosen for a purpose that has been delayed. Every delay has tested heaven's timing, but when the divine clock strikes, there is no running from it. And now that clock is seconds away from striking your name. Do you know what it means when your name is mentioned in heaven? It means your life has reached a turning point. It means the angels are reviewing every decision, every prayer, every tear. I, Michael, was sent to warn you because if you don't respond now, the blessings meant for you will be handed to another. God is not angry because you failed. He is angry because you stopped believing. You used to speak to him with faith that moved mountains, but lately, your words have been filled with fear. You stopped trusting the miracles that once followed you. You began to think heaven had forgotten you. But heaven never forgets. Heaven records. Heaven waits. And now heaven reacts. There are angels whispering your story right now. One of them said they still have a chance, while another said, they're running out of time. And God declared, give them one more message. This one, my beloved, is why you're here. You didn't stumble upon this message, you were divinely guided to it. Because before midnight, a decision will be sealed in heaven with or without your response. You have less time than you think. That's why I must speak with urgency. Your destiny is being reviewed. The angels hold scrolls bearing your name, and there is light and shadow fighting over you. Heaven's anger isn't punishment, it's protection disguised as warning. When heaven gets angry, it means you are still loved enough to be corrected. When heaven is silent, that's when you should worry. My child, your name carries weight in the spiritual realm. Do you know that even demons whisper it in fear when it is spoken under heaven's light? You have survived attacks that should have ended you. You have stood in storms meant to erase your future. But God kept you alive for a reason, to finish what He started in you. And now heaven demands your attention, because something is coming that is connected to your name, your house, and your destiny. You cannot afford to skip this message. God said, "Tell them I have called their name in the council of heaven. If they don't answer now, the doors of favor will shift to another." Do not let that happen. You were not chosen by accident. You were chosen by fire, and fire purifies before it blesses. Listen closely, beloved. You have been carrying guilt for something heaven has already forgiven. You've been punishing yourself for a sin that God has already washed clean. But your silence made heaven tremble, because silence in the spirit means surrender to darkness. That's why this message reached you. Because the light still wants you back. The angels have been battling in your name. They have been waiting for your heart to open again, and this is your final call before heaven's decision becomes permanent. My beloved, open your heart right now and say silently, "God, I hear you." Because the moment you say it, a record in heaven shifts in your favor. Do not think this is a coincidence. Even the words you are reading now were prepared for your exact moment of awakening. God has written this encounter into your destiny long before you were born. He knew the hour you would find this, and He made sure I, Michael, would be here to deliver it. Do you know why God is angry? Because you let the world convince you that you were ordinary. You forgot your divine identity. You let people's words silence your calling. You believed your pain was punishment instead of preparation. But I tell you the truth, heaven doesn't waste pain. Every tear was counted. Every loss was recorded. Every disappointment was turned into a key for your breakthrough. And now the door is in front of you, but heaven demands that you open it before it closes. Time is not your friend right now. This message is a countdown. Every second you hesitate, a blessing hangs in the balance. Heaven said, if they act with faith tonight, everything that was delayed will accelerate. Do you feel that, my child? That's not emotion, that's divine confirmation. Your angels are surrounding you even as you read this. You may feel chills, warmth, or a sudden stillness. That is heaven's way of saying, we are near. Don't ignore it. You've been asking God for a sign. This is it. This is the message He sent to confirm that you were never abandoned, that He still has plans for you that will make every struggle worth it. But the decision is yours. Will you listen and align with heaven? Or will you walk away and let your name be spoken in silence again? My beloved, your obedience now will rewrite your future. Your faith now will turn heaven's anger into divine favor. And once you respond with belief, heaven's records will show they heard and they obeyed. I, Archangel Michael, will stand as your witness before God. I will say they answered the call. And when I do, heaven will replace your judgment with blessing. Now listen carefully. In the next few hours, you will receive a sign. It could be through a dream, a message, or an unexpected encounter. Do not dismiss it. That will be your confirmation that heaven has shifted in your favor. My child, this message is sacred. It will not reach you twice. If you close your eyes to it now, heaven will assume you have chosen silence. But if you open your heart right now, everything you lost, love, peace, opportunities, will begin to return. The choice is before you. Heaven is watching. The angels are waiting for your answer. And time is running out. My child, my beloved, you are still here. And that means your spirit has not rejected heaven's voice. Do you realize what that means? It means there is still hope written beside your name in heaven's book. The angels who stood silent have begun to move. Light is forming around the record of your name. And God, whose eyes have been upon you with both sorrow and longing, has turned his face toward you once again. But listen carefully, because what I say next determines what unfolds for you. Heaven's anger is not like human anger. It burns not to destroy, but to cleanse. It comes not to punish, but to purify the heart of one who was chosen. When heaven gets angry, it is because the divine plan has been delayed too long. There are things written about you that you haven't yet seen. There are doors that have been locked, not because you were unworthy, but because your timing wasn't right. And tonight, as your name echoes through the halls of heaven, that timing has reached its divine limit. God said, if they truly desire my mercy, let them answer now. And so here you are, reading words that were never meant for the crowd, only for the chosen one whose spirit has been restless, whose nights have been filled with unanswered thoughts, whose heart has been heavy but hopeful. Yes, that's you. Heaven knows your sighs. Heaven has counted them one by one. Now I must tell you something few ever hear. When a person's name is mentioned in heaven, three things are weighed: their faith, their obedience, and their mercy. Heaven found that your mercy has outweighed your mistakes. That is why I was sent to stop the consequence before it descended. You must understand this: the very anger that frightened you is the same anger that will protect you. Because God's wrath and His mercy are both born from love. And love is the reason you were not left behind. You have been surrounded by jealousy, by people pretending to care, by situations meant to exhaust your faith. Yet you are still standing. That alone made heaven pause. When your name was spoken before the throne, the enemy tried to accuse you, saying, they've lost faith. They've stopped praying. They've turned away. But an angel stood and said, no, they're still searching. They still hope. That's when God raised his hand and silenced the argument, saying, then give them one final chance. One more message. This is it. You are standing at that moment. My child, the anger of God is melting into mercy as you listen. The storm that was meant to break you will now carry your blessing. The very pain that made you cry is being rewritten as purpose. But heaven requires one thing from you: you must return fully, humbly, and completely. Do not wait for the perfect moment. The moment is now. Speak aloud these words, even if your voice trembles: Father, I am yours. I receive what heaven has for me. When you do this, a chain around your name will snap. And I, Michael, will carry your new decree into heaven's light. Already, the angels of restoration are gathering. They hold scrolls filled with what was delayed, opportunities, relationships, finances, peace. They were waiting for heaven's approval to move. And now the order has been given. My beloved, you must stay open. In the next few days, you will notice divine rearrangements. People will leave, situations will shift, and unexpected doors will open. Do not fear it, it is heaven clearing your path. This is what God says, I am no longer angry, for my child has heard my call. But let them not return to the silence that provoked my wrath. You see, my beloved, the greatest sin in heaven's eyes is not failure, it is forgetfulness. When a chosen soul forgets who they are, heaven mourns. But when they remember, heaven rejoices louder than the storms of earth. This message is your remembrance. It is heaven's cry saying, come back. We still have need of you. Your name is now being written again, not in judgment, but in redemption. Light surrounds it. The angels who once stood still are now singing. Even the stars bear witness to this change. You are being realigned with your destiny. You may feel it already, the peace returning, the heaviness lifting, the strange calm after the storm. That is the presence of the Almighty washing over you. Now, my beloved, here is a secret few know, when God's anger turns to grace, everything connected to your name begins to glow. Places that rejected you will start to seek you. People who doubted you will begin to remember you. And the wealth that bypassed you will circle back with multiplied force. Because once heaven's favor is restored, nothing on earth can resist it. Listen to me carefully. Heaven has declared that a new chapter begins when you accept this message. Do not let doubt steal it from you. Every miracle has its moment, and your moment has just begun. The very reason you saw this message was that heaven recorded it beside your breath. God knew this hour, this minute, this very heartbeat would be the moment your spirit woke again. My beloved, now you must act. Stay in this awareness. Speak gratitude instead of fear. Speak hope instead of silence. Because every word you release now will echo into heaven as evidence of your faith. Heaven's anger has been transformed into a command of blessing. From this point forward, you will begin to see signs that confirm it. Watch how the air around you changes. Watch how people start to approach you differently. Even nature will respond to your presence. God's message has been delivered, and heaven's attention is still on you. Do not let this fire go out. Keep this faith alive, my child. Every second you believe, heaven moves closer to fulfill its promise. And when you wake tomorrow, remember your name is no longer being spoken in judgment, it is being spoken in glory. The anger is gone. The door is open. And heaven is waiting for your next word to complete the miracle. My child, my beloved, heaven has not stopped speaking your name. Since the moment you opened your heart, a light has been ignited in realms you cannot see. The angels have carried reports of your response to the throne. And I, Michael, have been permitted to show you what will happen next. Listen with your spirit, not your ears, because what I am about to reveal is not fantasy, it is the divine sequence of miracles that follows obedience. Your life is about to experience what heaven calls the reversal. My beloved, for the next 3 days, pay close attention. Because each day will carry a sign that confirms God's anger has turned into favor. On the first day, something that has been heavy on your mind will suddenly feel lighter. You will sense a strange calm where fear once ruled. That will be your first sign, the storm is over. On the second day, someone connected to your destiny will reappear or reach out unexpectedly. You may think it's coincidence, but it's not. It's heaven aligning the human pieces of your blessing. And on the third day, something material will shift, money released, opportunity opened, a message, a door, an encounter that feels orchestrated. That will be heaven's confirmation that your name has been restored. Do not dismiss these signs as small. Every miracle begins quietly before it manifests loudly. Heaven's pattern always starts with whispers before wonders. My beloved, do you know why God moves in threes? Because 3 represents completion, the Father who plans, the Son who redeems, and the Spirit who manifests. Together they will surround your name and seal your transformation. Now, let me tell you what is being written about you right now. The angels are composing what we call the record of return. It is a document in heaven's archives where the names of those who turned back to light are recorded. Your name is on it now. The same ink that writes destinies is now writing yours in gold. This means everything connected to your name will begin to obey divine order again. Your health will respond to grace. Your mind will regain clarity. Your finances will begin to breathe, and even relationships that seemed dead will begin to reconcile under heaven's light. You will notice patterns breaking. Cycles that repeated for years will suddenly stop. The confusion that clouded your life will start to lift. That is the evidence that heaven has finished the review of your name. But my child, I must give you this warning, do not return to what heaven delivered you from. If you go back to the same silence that made heaven angry, the gates you just opened will begin to close again. Keep your connection alive through gratitude, through faith, through action. Every time you speak light, heaven responds with movement. Every time you trust, heaven multiplies your favor. And every time you believe against doubt, heaven rewards you openly. My beloved, let me reveal something deeper. The reason your name was mentioned in heaven was because the enemy tried to steal your assignment. There was a meeting in the spiritual realm where forces of darkness claimed you had forfeited your blessing. But when you responded to this message, the court was interrupted. I stood there holding the decree of mercy and said, "They have answered." God then lifted his hand and declared, "Then restore what was stolen." That command went out like lightning. It touched every area of your life, past, present, and future. And now, the restoration has begun. You will notice things returning to you, energy, confidence, hope, ideas you thought were lost. They will come back with multiplied force because heaven always returns more than what was taken. My beloved, do not fear the days ahead. They will not be easy, but they will be miraculous, because divine rebuilding always starts with shaking. When you see disruption, do not panic, celebrate. It means God is rearranging your foundation for something permanent. Your home will feel different. The energy in your surroundings will shift. You may even feel moments of silence so deep it feels holy. That is not emptiness, it is presence. It means heaven has taken residence where doubt once lived. My child, a special instruction has been given concerning you. For the next 7 nights, before you sleep, whisper, God, I am still listening. Each night you do this, another door will open in the spirit. And before the 7th night ends, something long delayed will reach you. It might come through a person, a letter, or an opportunity, but it will come. God has said, because they listened, I will honor their name in places they never imagined. Expect invitations, unexpected messages, or moments that lift your heart suddenly. These are not random, they are divine confirmations that heaven's anger has been turned to affection. You must also know this, the blessings you receive will not just be for comfort. They will be for testimony. Because through your transformation, others will find hope. Your story will awaken the faith of those who have been asleep too long. That is why your name had to pass through fire. It needed refinement for assignment. My beloved, never again call yourself unlucky or forgotten. Those words no longer belong to you. You are now marked by favor, watched by angels, and guided by purpose. Heaven is smiling again. The same God who was once grieved by your silence is now rejoicing over your awakening. You have turned divine anger into divine celebration. My child, let this be written forever, the storm did not destroy you, it revealed you. And because of your obedience, your life will become the proof that grace always wins. Now walk in peace. When you breathe, breathe as one forgiven. When you speak, speak as one chosen. And when you act, act as one who knows heaven is backing every step. The decree is complete. Your name has been cleared in heaven. The scrolls are sealed. The angels rejoice. And I, Michael, stand as witness that you have heard and answered the voice of God. From this moment forward, wherever you go, miracles will recognize you. Your footsteps will carry divine energy. Doors will open before you knock, and peace will meet you before fear can approach. The anger of heaven is gone. The light of heaven is near, and your name is blessed forever. My child, my beloved, you are still here. And that means heaven is not finished blessing you. When a message like this reaches your soul, it doesn't end with words, it begins with manifestations. You may not see it yet, but something is already shifting in your world. Even as you read, angels are moving through dimensions, correcting timelines that were broken, recovering what was stolen, and positioning people who were destined to help you. Because once your name is restored in heaven, everything on earth begins to respond. Do you remember the tears you cried in silence? The moments when you whispered, God, where are you? Every one of those cries became seeds planted in divine soil. They were never ignored, they were stored. And now heaven is watering those seeds to bring forth miracles that will leave you speechless. You are standing at the beginning of divine recovery. You may feel the winds changing around you. That's not confusion, it's movement. Heaven is rearranging your story so that the end does not resemble the pain you endured. My beloved, for so long you carried guilt that wasn't yours. You carried burdens heaven never assigned to you. But tonight, those weights are being lifted. Chains are breaking invisibly. Generations that carried curses are watching as your obedience ends what they could not stop. This is why your name was mentioned in heaven, because through you, entire bloodlines are being redeemed. Do you realize how powerful that is? Heaven isn't just blessing you, it's rewriting history through you. That is why the resistance was so strong. That's why you faced battles that made no sense. The enemy fought you not because of who you are now, but because of what you are about to become. He saw the prophecy attached to your name and tried to silence it. But now heaven has broken the silence forever. God said, "The one I called has returned. Now let the harvest begin." And when God commands a harvest, even barren ground blooms again. You will start to notice strange alignments. People you never expected to meet will appear. Doors that were locked for years will open effortlessly. Money that seemed impossible will flow as if it were always waiting for you. This is not fantasy, it's fulfillment. But remember, my child, heaven's miracles flow through gratitude. Each time you give thanks, you accelerate divine timing. When you complain, you delay it. So from this moment, let your every word be faith, not fear. Now, let me tell you what will happen next. There are 3 levels of miracles about to unfold around you. First, the miracle of restoration. Everything you lost, relationships, opportunities, health, joy, heaven has commanded to return multiplied. What was stolen will come back, but better, purified by fire. Second, the miracle of recognition. People will begin to notice you again, but not the way they used to. They will see light around you that they cannot explain. Some will envy it, others will be drawn to it, but all will know something divine surrounds you. Third, the miracle of redirection. Paths you thought were closed will open in new directions. You will find yourself drawn toward new places, new people, new missions. Don't resist it. It's heaven guiding your steps into destiny. Your obedience has changed the map of your future. Heaven has redrawn your life blueprint. The angels rejoiced when you stayed to the end of this message. They said, "The chosen one did not skip." They stayed until heaven finished speaking. Do you understand what that means? It means your endurance has been recorded as worship, and worship always leads to reward. God has already released favor under your name. It will show up through people, opportunities, or moments that will feel surreal. When it happens, don't question it, receive it. You've already paid the price through patience. My child, you are about to live in answered prayers. You will stand in rooms you once dreamed of. You will speak with confidence that once felt impossible. And when people ask what changed, you'll simply say, "Heaven remembered my name." That's the truth. Heaven didn't just mention you, it remembered you. Every time you were overlooked, God was preparing for a greater unveiling. And that unveiling begins now. So hold your faith strong for the next 7 days. In these days, new alignments, reconciliations, and revelations will appear. You might wake with sudden ideas. You might dream of faces or names. You might even feel a heavy peace resting over you. That's not imagination, it's visitation. Heaven is making itself known in your world. Before you close your eyes tonight, say this one prayer: Father, let your will be done through me. I am ready. When you speak it, heaven hears authority, not weakness. And I, Michael, will carry that prayer to the throne. Remember, the anger of God was never meant to destroy you, it was meant to awaken you. And now that you are awake, nothing will ever be the same again. You will walk in light. You will attract blessings you didn't chase. You will command respect you didn't demand because the mark of heaven rests upon you. Everywhere you go, miracles will follow quietly behind. People will look at you and not understand why doors open for you so easily. But you will know it's not luck, it's divine signature. My beloved, heaven has finished its sentence, forgiven, restored, elevated. Those 3 words now echo beside your name in eternity. And as I leave you for now, I say this with authority from the highest: walk as one who is chosen. Speak as one who is blessed. And live as one who knows heaven remembers their name. The anger has passed. The mercy has begun. And the miracle has already started. My child, my beloved, heaven has not closed its book yet. Even now, as you take in these words, light continues to move on your behalf. When heaven begins a thing, it never leaves it unfinished. Your restoration is still unfolding, one divine moment at a time. Do you feel that quiet pulse inside you? That gentle awareness that something unseen is moving? That is how miracles breathe. They don't always roar, sometimes, they whisper through your ordinary days. You will begin to see small signs, little interruptions that remind you that the unseen world is active. A delay that suddenly turns into a breakthrough. A closed door that reopens without explanation. An unexpected kindness from someone you barely know. Each is a note in heaven's melody saying, I am still with you, my beloved. Heaven's joy now rests on your life. When God releases favor, it is not a single event, it is a season. You are entering a time when everything that once resisted you will begin to cooperate. The winds that once blew against you will now carry you forward. Every step you take in faith will multiply into 10 steps of progress. Let this truth live in you: when heaven forgives, it forgets. You are not the person you were before this message found you. You are no longer defined by the pain, the guilt, or the silence. You are defined by light. Heaven looks at you and sees purpose, not punishment. Now the Creator whispers, walk freely. No more fear of failing. No more shame of the past. Every mistake has been transformed into instruction. Every loss has been repurposed into strength. You have been refined, not rejected. My child, prepare for acceleration. Things that took years will happen in months. Things you gave up on will find their way back renewed. People who once ignored you will begin to remember you. But remember, when increase arrives, humility must remain your garment. For the meek inherit the earth, and gratitude keeps favor flowing. Do not compare your path to others. Heaven's timing is precise. What is yours will not require you to compete or plead, it will recognize your spirit and attach itself to you. You will see this clearly, that when you stay aligned with the divine, the world cannot resist your progress. Let this truth live in you: when heaven forgives, it forgets. You are not the person you were before this message found you. You are no longer defined by the pain, the guilt, or the silence. You are defined by light. Heaven looks at you and sees purpose, not punishment. Now the Creator whispers, walk freely. No more fear of failing. No more shame of the past. Every mistake has been transformed into instruction. Every loss has been repurposed into strength. You have been refined, not rejected. My child, prepare for acceleration. Things that took years will happen in months. Things you gave up on will find their way back renewed. People who once ignored you will begin to remember you. But remember, when increase arrives, humility must remain your garment. For the meek inherit the earth, and gratitude keeps favor flowing. Do not compare your path to others. Heaven's timing is precise. What is yours will not require you to compete or plead, it will recognize your spirit and attach itself to you. You will see this clearly, that when you stay aligned with the divine, the world cannot resist your progress. My beloved, the next season will also reveal something deeper, purpose. You will feel drawn to help others, to lift, to heal, to guide. Do not dismiss this impulse, it is your spirit remembering why it came to earth. The gift within you is awakening. Your words will carry peace to the troubled. Your touch will bring calm to the weary. Even your presence will start to change rooms. That is the real miracle, not wealth or recognition, but awakening. When the soul remembers who it is, every other blessing follows naturally. Now, before you close this message, listen to what heaven wants for you. Remain awake. Keep your heart soft. Speak light when darkness calls your name. For every time you choose love, heaven expands your reach. My child, this chapter of divine communication is not a conclusion, it is the continuation of your covenant. When you leave these words, carry them as seed. Plant them in your actions, your choices, your thoughts. Let kindness become your signature. Let faith become your habit. And let every morning remind you that heaven knows your name. I, Michael, will walk with you quietly. You may not hear me, but you will feel the stillness when I am near. In moments of confusion, breathe and say, light, and you will find your way again. Now, go, my beloved, live, shine, create, love deeply, and know that every breath you take is a conversation between you and the divine. Your story is not ending, it is beginning under heaven's light. And as long as your heart stays open, miracles will never stop finding you. Heaven's Covenant Prayer. Father of light, look upon the one who has heard your voice. Let this child walk in the full measure of your grace. Where there was delay, bring acceleration. Where there was fear, release courage. Where there was lack, open the storehouses of abundance. Let every day of the coming year carry traces of your mercy. Let their home echo with peace that cannot be broken. Let laughter return where tears once fell. Let purpose rise where confusion once lived. May their hands create goodness. May their voice carry healing. May their eyes see opportunity where others see endings. And may their heart remember always that they are yours. I, Michael, seal this decree in the language of heaven. No weapon formed against this name shall prosper. No storm shall overturn what has been restored. For this child belongs to the Almighty, and their steps are ordered by divine design. My beloved, every time you speak these words, light will move around you again. Say them when you wake, when you rest, when doubt tries to return. They are your covenant with heaven. Now, the year ahead will unfold like a garden after rain. New friendships will bloom. Old wounds will close. Dreams you buried will rise like seeds, long forgotten but still alive. And wherever you walk, grace will walk ahead of you. The air around your home will change. Even the sound of your name will carry gentleness instead of pain. Those who once rejected you will watch as blessings cover you like sunlight. And they will say, "Surely, God walks with them." My child, remember this always: when heaven chooses you, the past loses its power. You are no longer walking toward miracles, you are walking within them. Heaven has moved from judgment to joy, and your story will be the evidence of divine mercy made visible. As this message closes, know that it will not leave you. The words will follow you, protecting, guiding, lifting. You will feel them in moments when you need reassurance. And that will be the whisper of heaven reminding you, you are loved. You are chosen. You are remembered. And so I say once more, go forward, my beloved. Carry light where there is darkness. Speak life where there is despair, and let your every heartbeat become a prayer that touches heaven. You are sealed under the wings of the Most High. Your year is blessed. Your path is clear. Your miracle is active. The covenant is complete. The angels rejoice. And heaven calls your name with love.